So, hello friends. I would like to tell you a little bit about the new series of webinars we're doing of the flowering plants, the wondrous order of nature, and how those laws, the laws of nature, can be applied to homeopathy. How can we use them in our practice? And how can we understand ourselves, our cases, the materia medica better? And we will be starting it quite soon in January 9th. And just a few words about the table of plants. The table of plants is based on botanical order, the botanical systematic order of evolution of flowering plants. And we are using this order just like we use the order of minerals to understand and put things in groups. So it will be better for us and easier for us to approach our materia medica. So the table of plant is not a system. It is an approach to our cases which can be used with whatever system you use in your practice. If you're totally classic like Hahnemann, or if you're using herring, or if you're using Scholten or Sankaran or Maesh or J.S. Shah or Mahesh Gandhi, or whatever you use, it doesn't matter. Understanding the laws of nature is what we are using here. And those are the same in every system we use. So it is just an approach for understanding. It's like, oh, that's how I'm looking at it. And so it gives us it brings the myriad styles that we now have in homeopathy to the same denominator, the same common ground. And now the table of plant is about evolution. Evolution, development, and therefore of health. Because for me, one of the first things to understand is that we evolve. Being an ecologist and botanist in my past, this is ingrained in me. Health is about evolution. When evolution stops, health stops. And in nature, everything evolves, everything changes, even minutely. It changes, it grows. And when things stop growing, they die. When things stop moving, they die. So movement is innate to nature, to life. So because again, without motion, there is just death. So in order for evolution to happen in Earth, in himself, humanity must continue to evolve. And when evolution halts, stops, gets convoluted, we call it disease. So when in our personal evolution something stops, we get a disease state, which is a way in the beginning in which the organism tried to correct himself. Sometimes it gets stuck there. So understanding all the evolutionary stages that affect our life is crucial for understanding health and disease. Now, plants evolve all their life. This is the basic nature of plants. They evolve. Actually, they don't stop evolving. They just grow all their life, even if it's few cells a year. In our body, we have only one organ like that, which doesn't stop growing. And this is the nails, and actually the brain cells in some way. So plant evolution we could see that it corresponds with Earth evolution and with human evolution. Now, plant evolution motivates the evolution of Earth. This is quite evident. Plants created oxygen, and then they created the land, and then they created air, and then they created, earth and soil, and then they created food for other animals to develop on. And then they started to change, and animals had to change and adapt. So plants are all about evolution. And we shall see that the flowering plants evolution, indeed, when we use proving to take out the symptoms, it indeed correlates with that of human spirit and human psych evolution. So when we look at plants through the looking glass of homeopathic information, that is through the looking glass of proving, of homeopathic proving, we can use plant evolution as an indicator of crossroad where development is imbalanced. Again, where is the disease? And we will see when we put all the proving together according to their botanical order, using just botanical systematics, and we will put them in columns and in evolutionary stages, we will see that it now becomes a book that all the pages were scattered, and now they're put in the right order, and they give us a whole story, the story of human evolution, where we are coming from and where we are going to, and again, where it got stuck. So when we match botanic information with equivalent homeopathic information and put it along the plant evolutionary sequence, we will get human evolution. And this information will be enormous help to understand the patient, to understand the remedies, help us in doing differential diagnosis. Is it a remedy from column? This case, when I did the analysis, I got pulsatilla and dulcamara. One is from column 1, one is from column 6. My patient has more 6-column personality. Then it will be better to give him that. And it will help us to understand materia medica. Read it in a different eyes, and not to speak of new proving. It makes it so easy to understand new proving of plants, of course. And we will see then that this journey is a journey of attaining awareness. It is a journey which is using the ego evolution, the evolution of the I, the individuation, not as a bad word, but actually as a tool which helps us, humanity and Earth, evolve from the first naive and seemingly holistic place where emotions were pure, but we were in a more animalistic sense stage, in a stage of love which is unaware of itself. And the evolution goes toward a mindful love awareness possibilities in our nature, a journey which is powered by 2 forces, the feminine and the masculine, what we will call later the yin and the yang. So every stage in the table of plant will give us another level or stage in this evolution, using those 2 powered by those two forces, the feminine and the masculine, where the feminine will dominate the first half of the journey and the masculine will dominate the last journey, the last stage of the ego development, where we are actually now. And what are the problems that arise in each stage, and how can we identify, oh, my patient is definitely in the first column. So it's making it so much easier to use it, just as we take a rubric. He needs a first column remedy. It narrowed down the choices. So much can be learned from that. So all in all, we will see that the columns in the table, the stages in the table are a separation journey, which is quite painful in itself, and it takes a price, but it has a meaning. It is not just, oh, you have an ego and you need to get rid of it. No, it is meant to be a tool in achieving awareness. And via this awareness, transcend more and more to an advanced stage of love, a stage where we are able to choose love. And sadly, when you have an ability to choose, there is two things to choose from, and one choice can be very dark. But still, the ability to choose is something that we are having now. And seeing where everyone got stuck is actually a great joy, because then you know how can you heal. And we will see that in these stages, we have rows or levels of maturity in the themes of each column, which also help us. When we understand that, it will help us to further realize where in this stage are we. So all in all, we will see that the table of plants, actually, the flowering plants, not the ancient plant, the flowering plants describe the glory of mankind evolution, not just the personal evolution, but mankind evolution, humanity. And again, in which stage it got stuck, how to proceed, and most importantly, what needs to be healed in every stage, in every case. Because if you know where you are in the table, then you know where you're coming from, where you're going to, and what's the problem, what needs to be healed.